Well, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are now going head to head. In fact, it seems that Joe Biden has just a little bit of resentment for Kamala Harris after her and the Democrat Party decided to initiate a coup against him and remove him from the 2024 presidential campaign and install Kamala Harris with not a single vote by the Democrats. It seems that he has some resentment. In fact, Kamala Harris has been parading around acting as if her campaign has nothing to do with the last 3.5 years with Joe Biden, when the truth of the matter is she could have done a lot of things differently, but she hasn't. And her administration is Joe Biden's administration, despite the fact that she wants to claim otherwise. But that said, Joe Biden is now coming forward and making massive stabs at Kamala Harris. In fact, take a look at this response that Kamala Harris gives regarding DeSantis and his response to the hurricane. And I've also got a response from Joe Biden regarding that, but take a listen to what she says here.
President, Governor DeSantis, NBC is reporting Governor DeSantis is ignoring your calls on hurricanes, resources, and help. How does that hurt the situation here?
You know, moments of crisis, if nothing else, should really be the moment that anyone who calls themselves a leader says they're going to put politics aside and put the people first. People are in desperate need of support right now, and playing political games with this moment in these crisis situations, these are the height of emergency situations, is just utterly irresponsible, and it is selfish, and it is about political gamesmanship instead of doing the job that you took an oath to do, which is to put the people first.
So she accuses Ron DeSantis of playing political games for not taking her valued phone call. Now, there's a reason that Ron DeSantis said not take her phone call. But before I play that clip, I want to play for you Joe Biden's response that says quite the opposite of what Kamala Harris had to say. Take a listen.
As far as everything you like to do. The governor of Florida has been cooperative. He said he's gotten all that he needs. I talked to him again yesterday, and I said, I said, no, you're doing a great job. It's all being done well. We thank you for it. And I literally gave my personal phone number to call. So I don't know. There was a rough start in some places, but every governor from Florida to North Carolina has been fully cooperative and supportive and acknowledged what this team is doing. And they're doing an incredible job.
So in a direct, shall we say, undercut to Kamala Harris, Joe Biden says, no. Ron DeSantis has my personal phone number. We've been in contact. He has everything that he needs. He's been cooperative. And hey, he's doing a rather dang good job. Well, what the hell is going on with Mrs. Kamala Harris? Well, take a listen to Ron DeSantis's response to what Kamala Harris said.
An even bigger storm that's bearing down, as you pointed out, on a very populated area, potentially could do even more damage. And we've been laser focused on leveraging all resources available, including from the federal government. And I've been in touch with both FEMA and the president, as well as marshaling all our state agencies and working to support our local communities. And so for Kamala Harris to try to say that my sole focus on the people of Florida is somehow selfish is delusional. She has no role in this. In fact, she's been vice president for 3.5 years. I've dealt with a number of storms under this administration. She has never contributed anything to any of these efforts. And so what I think is selfish is her trying to blunder into this. No. And here's the thing. She has no role. No, she has no role in this process. I've had storms under both President Trump and President Biden, and I've worked well with both of them. She's the first one who's trying to politicize the storm, and she's doing that just because of her campaign.
So Kamala Harris accuses Ron DeSantis of playing political games. Meanwhile, that's exactly what she has done. Not once has she handled, as the vice president. Not once has she handled any hurricane or anything of that nature before. And suddenly now she wants to stick her little head in and give a call and have Ron DeSantis respond. It sounds more like political games on her end when Ron DeSantis and the president of the United States, Joe Biden, already have it handled. In fact, CNN even kind of wasn't too happy with their decision. Take a listen.
I mean, she's attacking the governor of a state that's about to get lashed with one of the most historic hurricanes we've ever seen. Is she crazy? He did not ignore her call.
She was
He did not
talking,
ignore
just to
her
be
call.
clear, she was talking broadly about the politicization of the storms.
I think she was talking about Ron DeSantis. He did not ignore her call. And in fact, according to what I've read tonight, he actually spoke to the president of the United States,
He
Joe
did speak
Biden.
with President Biden.
And he has said time and again that he and the federal government are working well together. So who here is politicizing this?
Yeah,
Harris.
I hate to agree with Scott on anything, but I agree. I agree in this case.
He's not wrong. She's literally attacking Ron DeSantis when he's at his not most vulnerable, but he is doing everything for the people that are about to get pulverized by this massive hurricane. And he's trying to take care of people, and she's going to have the audacity to politicize everything. It doesn't seem like she really has her priorities in line. And she really doesn't. In fact, speaking of her head-to-head with Joe Biden, just a couple of days ago, Joe Biden came out and yet again stabbed Kamala Harris in the back, stating that her and him are singing from the same song sheet. In fact, she's approved and been a major player in everything their administration has done.
There have obviously been a number of crises that the country has been facing over the past several days, with the hurricane, with the port strike, with the situation in the Middle East. Can you talk about how your vice president, who is running for the presidency, has worked on these crises and what role she has played over the past several days?
Well, I'm in constant contact with her. She's aware we're singing from the same song sheet. She helped pass all the laws that are being employed now. She was a major player in everything we've done, including passage of legislation which we were told we could never pass. And so she's been, and her staff is interlocked with mine in terms of all the things we're doing.
Strange, right? Because she keeps campaigning on the fact that she's going to do differently everything that Joe Biden has done, even though she's been a main player. But the truth of the matter is, he's been dividing himself from her, slowly but surely. But here's this on MSN.com. Biden pledged to campaign hard for Harris. So far, he's been mostly a no-show. Why has he been a no-show? Because he's probably mad at her. In fact, he even put on a Trump hat. Joe Biden was photographed wearing a Trump 2024 hat. And this is on the Huffington Post. Here's the picture of him in the Trump hat. And that happened shortly after the coup, if you will, against Joe Biden. But the truth of the matter is, Kamala Harris every once in a while admits some truth, right? And in an interview that she did recently with The View, she actually admitted that she would not change anything in her and Joe Biden's administration. Take a listen.
Well, if anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Now, I think it's extremely important to realize that when she says that, she actually means it. That means that she just admitted that she's okay with the open border, that she's okay with welcoming in millions and millions of illegal immigrants. And it's all by design to undercut the wages of the working class person. That the fact that the economy is in shambles, this is all something that she's okay with. That gas was high, the COVID restrictions and mandates that were all implemented during then are also okay with her. This mess is hers. Mark my words, it is no one else's. And I know CNN was very upset that she had actually came on and said that. And I'm not going to play the clip, but here's the Gateway pundit. Even CNN was stunned by Kamala Harris telling The View she wouldn't have done anything differently. They didn't like that because it really puts a damper. and her entire campaign. Because the American people, at least our side, is awake to the fact that if we vote her in, we're going to have more of the same, and everything's going to get worse. Things are going to get more politicized, and more political opposition is going to be arrested. It's not a good picture. And they know that if she starts admitting it's more of the same, that she could very well lose an entire slew of votes. Anyhow, I wanted to bring all of that to you. Please keep Donald Trump in prayer. I'm always worried for his life and his safety of his family. Please keep them in prayer. But with that, please don't forget to check out my sponsor, Noble Gold Investments. In fact, in a world of economic insecurity, safeguarding your retirement is more important today than ever before. And gold is a trusted source of value, and it provides stability, and it has for many, many centuries to come. That's why I would encourage you guys to check out news.noblegoldinvestments.com/Lisa Haven. Don't let the economic and election volatility stray or erode your hard-earned nest egg. Vote for timeless safety in gold, silver, and precious metals in 2024. And right now, by the way, you can get up to 10 of these 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with any qualifying account. So make sure you give them a call at 1-877-646-5347 or fill out this information and click Get It Now, and you'll get this free gold and silver investment guide. But with that, there's always a risk to investing. There's never a guarantee. If you want more information, click that More button or click the link in the description box below. Anyhow, I love you all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.